Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the Luna Geeks Out channel. Today we are getting to one of the oldest tracks on the request list. I believe there are only two that are older than this one. Waiting on the Sky to Change by STARSET featuring Breaking Benjamin. Almost said Breaking Bad there, which is not right. STARSET, I've been a fan of them for a little while. Never actually heard Breaking Benjamin, but hopefully this will be a good gateway into their stuff. Heard some good stuff about this. I think it just a month or so ago kind of blew up again, which is pretty cool. But yeah, this should be quite nice. This is, if memory serves correctly, a cover or a reimagining or something along those lines of a song by Dustin's old band Downplay. So very, very cool that that's, a thing with this. So yeah, very excited to check this out. So without further ado, let's hop into it. We're starting off with sort of symphonic elements, orchestral elements I've come to love from STARSET. And immediately into the metal, nice. It's actually pretty dang heavy. And oh, great strings there. Electronics kicking in, those classic vocals kicking in. Some great drumming. Oh, this is nice right here. Great chorus, great chorus. Yeah, this really, I don't know how much this has changed from the original, but it definitely really fits STARSET's sound. A slight little bit of harshness there, nice. Some great guitar. Sounds like there's a bit of bass mixed in with that. And now this is, if I'm not mistaken, the vocalist for Breaking Benjamin, so great vocals there. The voice works really well with Dustin's. Such a good riff right there. Getting a bit of that harshness in again. Nice. He's got a really good voice, actually. Got a breakdown coming? Okay. Oh, we got some harsh vocals in the back. Nice. Oh, that little electronic break in the vocals. Oh, that was cool. Oh, full into the symphonic stuff. And their voices coming together there. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Great chorus in this one. We got a full-on screen. Nice. Oh, that was awesome right there at the end. Oh, I liked that. Yeah. Very cool song. I mean, I went into this not knowing what to expect at all. You know, I mean, I knew it was STARSET. It's gonna be good. I've never heard anything by Breaking Benjamin, right? I don't know. I didn't know what to expect with that coming in. I haven't heard any of the downplay stuff, so I don't know. I didn't know what to expect with, you know, it being based off of that. But man, that was like, you know, it had a lot of the familiar elements of STARSET, but it was a lot of new stuff as well. I really liked that. Yeah, I really liked that. Now, lyrical analysis time. This was a song that it took a little while for it to click with me, right? Like, when I read through things, I always do a couple read-throughs, just reading through the lyrics, not looking at anything else, just to figure out what I think about it, right? And I was reading through this, like, all right, I've got a few little things I want to point out, but I'm not sure what this song is getting at. I'm not, it's not clicking with me. And then I finally took a look at the annotations here on Genius, and there was one word that it all made sense. That word being society. Of course, insert "we live in a society" joke here. I know that can be a bit cheesy at times, but that right there, that made it click for me. I was like, oh, I get it now, right? So basically, starting off, there's something in the air. Burning ions and the oxygen are all aglow. A feeling everywhere, premonitions of the storm that comes. Just sort of, in a sense, perhaps like the degradation of society. In a sense, just like things are collapsing, things are falling apart. We're seeing, you know, obviously nowadays we're seeing higher political division and so on and so forth. And it really does feel like there's something coming. It's all just gonna crash down. And at the end of that, but I won't go, that idea that whatever's coming, I'm not going along with it. I'm going to fight back. I'm going to do what I can to change. It's going to do what I can to stop this. This is not going to take me, right? And then the pre-chorus, I'm done running towards the eyes of tornadoes, pretending this is home. Of course, the eye of a tornado is that the center of this storm. I don't actually know if tornadoes have eyes, but, you know, hurricanes do. They say that the center of this storm, the peaceful area, but to get through it, you have to run into the storm. You have to run towards the storm, and no, I'm not going to exist in the middle of all of this chaos. I'm not going to pretend that this is home, that this is the right thing. We need to get away from this. And then the chorus. I breathe in the atmosphere, let it wash over my fear of these heights as I transcend and become whole again. You know, taking in all of this around you, understanding it, letting it go over you and not destroy you, you know, again, understanding it, and through this experience, you know, like it says, becoming whole again, figuring things out, putting things together, understanding what's going on. And then the other line I want to point out, I won't live life in the rain, waiting on the sky to change. That idea that, you know, there's a storm out there. Why are we living in the middle of the storm? It's like, you know, it's gonna change eventually, so I'll let the rain come down on me. No, you gotta get out of the storm, right? You gotta go, and you gotta, at the very least, like, pull on a jacket or get an umbrella or something. You gotta seek shelter and get out of this. It doesn't make any sense to just stand in the middle of all this and be like, this is gonna change eventually, so I can live with this now. You know, you gotta go and cause that sky to change yourself. And then in verse 2, I've been frozen since that day I saw my clear blue skies as they turned to gray in front of me. That idea that once things were good, they were normal, now not so much. And when they saw this change happen, when they saw things start to fall apart, when they saw these sort of negative aspects and these issues start to creep in, they became frozen. They didn't know what to do. And the second part, it's hard to find my way. Can I rise above when giving up is all I know? It's that question of, all I've done is let this happen. I've just sort of existed. I've been passive. can I change? That's the question. Can I rise above when giving up is all I know? Can I fight back against this? Can I get out of this when I've never done that before and I've not tried to do that before, when I've been sort of happy with my place here? And in the pre-chorus, there's the change from pretending this is home to pretending this is hope. So the question of, is the center of this storm, is that what we should be going for? Is that what we should be hoping for? Not really. We should be hoping for no storm. We should be working towards no storm. Then chorus, again, nothing more to talk about with that, but there's, it's really just, it's 2 verses and like 3, maybe 4 choruses. So like there's not a lot of different lines to talk about in here. But the lines we have are fantastic. I mean, Dustin, certainly the stuff I've heard from STARSET, has had some fantastic lyricism, some fantastic world building, some fantastic storytelling. And, we see some elements of that in here. Of course, this ties back to Downplay. To my understanding, they weren't doing what they were doing with STARSET back then in terms of, like, these larger overarching stories. Of course, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But we get the ideas of that, the slight set of elements of, like, sort of, his poetic stylings, if you will, and sort of the deeper themes, some sort of philosophical looks on life and some political elements and things like that. We're seeing some seeds of that in here, so these lyrics really do feel very much like something STARSET would do, just not as much sci-fi focused. Yeah, some fantastic lyricism, which I'm very happy about. The past a few songs I've checked out have been amazing lyrically. This one, of course, Reason by Dreamcatcher has some great stuff in it. Vor by Sleep Token was phenomenal. I have no idea what we checked out before that. I know there's some Lorna Shore back there that was always good, so we've been having a good stretch as far as lyrics go, so I'm very happy about that. But, of course, there's really nothing more to talk about in the lyrics, so it is time to move on to the music, and man, that was great, Starting off with the vocals, Dustin's vocals, of course, were amazing. He's got a voice that, like, I can't necessarily go and say it's, like, this super good voice, but what he does with his voice, the way he utilizes it, is just, it's perfect, right? He knows what type of voice he has, and he knows how to use it, and this is just another great example of that. And then, I forget the name of Breaking Benjamin's vocalist, but his additions to this were amazing. I'm definitely going to have to check out some of their stuff eventually, because just this little hint I got just from his vocals were fantastic. So yeah, I really like the vocals in this. The cleans, not too much to say on them, but they were great. There was that one bit where you had that little sort of electronic pause, little electronic break in the vocals. Really liked that. We had a couple points where we got some harshness kicking into them, which was really cool. And then we had some proper harsh vocals. We had that scream right at the end. We had that bit where it's like layered underneath the clean singing. Oh, I love that. Love when that kind of thing happens. So that made me very happy. And then, yeah, just all in all, fantastic vocals in this. The guitar, oh, it was nice. Real heavy guitar, not overused. It was very much like a backing to the rest of the stuff. Really blended well with the other music as well. Just like, oh yeah, heavy riff. It was like, it was tying into the rest of the song. It was like, oh, that's really sweet. Battery is running low. Oh boy. But yeah, guitar in this was fantastic. Bass, from what I could feel the bass. I couldn't hear it, right? To my understanding, it was playing really closely alongside the guitar, which of course always means it's not going to stand out quite as much if it's really just doing like more or less the same thing as the guitar, but I could feel it and it felt really good. So not too much to say on the bass, but I did like it. Alrighty, having to do just a quick little reshoot of the drum section, because I did not realize until after I had finished filming the video that it was actually Luke Holland on the drums instead of STARSET's normal drummer, and my commentary going off of that very much centered around it being STARSET's normal drummer. My phrasing and such was very much centered around that. to the point that I couldn't just put like a quick little text pop-up saying, hey, got the drummer wrong, keep that in mind, so I'm just reshooting this real quick. Basically, the basic rundown, the drums in this were fantastic. I've not heard anything Luke Holland has done before. Well, he did do the drums on Divisions, apparently, from a little bit of digging. But yeah, I've not really heard any of his, sort of solo stuff, in a sense. So it was nice to get, a bit more of like a proper introduction to him with this stuff. We're going to have to check his stuff out in the future. There's that one album that came out recently that he's featured on that apparently was phenomenal that I need to check out. But anyways, drums out this were just phenomenal. It wasn't so much like an instance of like, oh, they had all these little moments. It's like, oh, that's super cool. That's super cool. What it was throughout this entire thing, I kept just being like, this is some really high quality stuff, both in terms of the quality of the playing, the talent and skill, and then also the mixing on the drums was really good as well. And unfortunately, this is one of those situations where me not being a musician, not knowing the proper terminology, not knowing how exactly this stuff is placed, not knowing exactly what goes into getting the sort of end product out, it is certainly hurting this a bit. But I was just like, yeah, this is some good stuff. This is some good stuff. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. Like, I don't have much to say specifics, but like, the drums were just fantastic in this, right? But yeah, I had to go and redo this because, oh boy, I messed up in the original video, and I needed to correct that. So I'll let y'all get back to the original filming session now. And then you had the slight electronic elements, which were solid, and nothing too much to say on them, but we got a few little hints, liked them. Symphonic elements, oh, those were nice. I mean, that's one of the things I really love about STARSET is those, the strings and the horns and all that fun stuff. You have a whole orchestra in there and everything. Great hints of that in here. Really some beautiful stuff. So, yeah, all in all, this had a lot of STARSET elements, but there's definitely some new stuff as well that I can only imagine is the old stuff from the Downplay song. So, yeah, this was, a lot of familiarity. I've been listening to STARSET for a little while, so it's like, oh, yeah, I'm recognizing sort of the kind of thing they're doing here. But there's enough stuff to keep it exciting, to keep it fresh, So, I really liked this one. I was going into it, like, knowing I was going to like it, but I wasn't sure what exactly to expect with it. I have walked away very much a fan of this song. I'm very much planning on checking out Breaking Benjamin, so hey, any tracks you want me to check out from them, put them down in the comments below. I'll put them on the list and get to them eventually. But yeah, great song. But the battery is pretty much dead, and I have nothing more to say on the music, so I'm going to wrap it up. Next reaction is normally we hop into the picker wheel, but Baby Metal, as of filming today, just released their new song, Light and Darkness, I believe it is. So hopefully I'll have a reaction to that out in a couple days. I'm going to need to wait for, lyrical translation to release, because that is one that I know one's going to release. It's just a matter of when. So that's going to be the deciding factor, the determining factor in when this comes out, or when the next reaction comes out. But that's what we'll be checking out next time, and then back into the normal picker wheel random selection. Yeah, Baby Metal next time, which is going to be a lot of fun, But that is going to do it for the video, so thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below with your thoughts of the song, any feedback or criticism, or anything you want me to react to. In the description, link to the, I don't actually know what to call this. Like, it wasn't quite an audio visualizer, it wasn't quite a lyric video, it was a weird in-between thing, but a link to the song so you can check it out, support the artist. I don't believe I have a STARSET playlist yet. I think this is the only thing from that I've checked out on here. But I'll have a link to my rock and metal reactions playlist, so you can check out some similar content from me. And then there will be links to my Discord server, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify playlist of all the songs I've reacted to, at least the ones up on Spotify, and my link tree, which has all my other stuff in it, in case any of that interests y'all. Anyways, like I said, that's going to do it. So once again, thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing ya.